In the heart of Iseyin, Nigeria, a poor widow named Mama Ronke makes the ultimate sacrifice. She sells her only house just to send her twin daughters, Ronke and Ronti, to school. What follows is an emotional journey of heartbreak, hard work, and divine reward. From hawking akara in the streets of Ibadan to living in a mansion in Lekki, this story will leave you in tears, full of inspiration, and proud of African resilience. This African story is based on real struggles faced by many families across the continent. It showcases the power of a mother's love, the ripple effect of education, and beauty of perseverance. Watch to the end and see what miracle came from one woman's pain and how her twin daughters turned her tears into legacy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more authentic African storytelling. And turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more emotional, real life inspired African stories like this one. Let's begin this powerful story of sacrifice, resilience, and destiny. So, once upon a time, in a quiet, dusty corner of Iseyin, a poor widow named Mama Ronke lived in a crumbling mud brick house with her twin daughters, Ronke and Ronti. After her husband, Baba Oloyede, passed away from a sudden illness, Mama Ronke was left with nothing but a faded photo of their wedding, a worn Bible, and a dream that her daughters would live better lives than she did. The twins were just 10 years old then, brilliant, beautiful, and full of promise. Their big brown eyes sparkled with dreams too big for a small town like Iseyin. But Mama Ronke knew that dreams without education would wither. So every morning she knelt beside her daughters, prayed in Yoruba, Ọlọ́run fi agbára fún mi kí n tọ́jú àwọn ọmọ mi, and went to hawk pap and akara under the blazing sun. One morning, a letter came from St. Agnes Academy in Ibadan. Both girls had passed the entrance exam. It was a miracle, but the school fees, 150,000 naira each. Mama Ronke didn't even have 15,000 naira. She walked into her war-room house, sat on the floor, and wept. The walls that once echoed her laughter with her late husband now seemed to close in on her. That night, she made the hardest decision of her life. She would sell her house. The next day, she called a land agent from Ibadan and said, "Mo fẹ́ ta ilé yìí." The agent blinked in surprise. "This your holy house?" She nodded silently. Within a week, the house was sold for 350,000 naira. She used the money to pay their tuition, uniforms, books, transport, and rented a small one-room apartment behind the mechanic's workshop. The journey to Ibadan was rough. The girls started school. Every morning, Mama Ronke would wake them by 4:30 a.m., braid their hair, pack akara and bread for lunch, and send them off. She picked up jobs, washing clothes, scrubbing floors, and doing errands. She became known in the streets of Ibadan as Mama Akara, the smiling widow. Her daughters noticed her struggles, her swollen feet, and the way she hid her hunger. They studied harder. By SS3, both twins had earned full scholarships to University of Lagos, that is UNILAG, and Obafemi Awolowo University, that is OAU in Ile-Ife. Ronke for law, Ronti for medicine. If you've been touched by Mama Ronke's sacrifice, please give this video a thumbs up. It helps more people find this inspiring African story. And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Let's keep African stories alive together. And years passed. Ronke graduated top of her class and became a human rights lawyer. Ronti became one of the youngest female neurosurgeons in Nigeria. They both started working in Lagos and sending money home. They begged their mother to stop working, but Mama Ronke refused. Tèmi ti lọ, ẹ fi owó yín kọ́ ayé yín, that is, mine is already spent, use your wealth to shape your future. But fate was not done. One rainy morning, while coming back from the market, Mama Ronke slipped on a wet step and fell, injuring her spine. She was rushed to UCH Ibadan, unconscious. The doctor said she might never walk again without intensive treatment abroad. Without wasting time, Ronke and Roti emptied their accounts, contacted specialists in Germany, and flew their mother overseas for surgery. Her daughters held her hand tightly and whispered, "This journey will end in joy, our mother." 6 months later, the miracle happened. Mama Ronke walked again, not just physically, but with pride, dignity, and global admiration. Her story had gone viral after a journalist interviewed the twins. The world heard how a poor widow sold her house to educate her daughters, and now her daughters were building her a mansion in Lekki. They named it Afin Yawa, that is, our mother's palace. Mama Ronke moved in quietly, dressed in all white lace with coral beads. She no longer sold akara, but she still fried it once a month just to remember the smell of her ozu. But the story didn't end there. The twins founded the foundation for underprivileged girls, the Ronron Foundation in Iseyin. They built a school in their hometown and named it Ronke Girls Academy. When the vice president visited the school for its opening, he asked Mama Ronke, "What made you believe in them when you had nothing?" She smiled and said, "If you train a child with wisdom, one day they will take care of you." Did this story inspire you? Share it with someone who needs a reminder that no sacrifice is ever wasted. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Tell us, what sacrifice has someone made for you, or what sacrifice would you make for someone you love? Let's celebrate the strength of African mothers together. Until next time, ẹ ṣeun púpọ̀ and stay inspired.